Okay, let's start. Good afternoon, everyone. Today we will presenting detailed analysis of Apple International Company, focusing on global journey and challenges and risk mitigation of strategies. This presentation will explore how will Apple has expanded internationally, the obstacles it has faced, and the strategies it has implemented to sustain its dominance in the global market. Our group is 32. Our group members are Abhijit Karambalpil Moganan, Jagadeep Singh, Abhijit Nyatuvetti Jayan, Nirmal Malikal Parmal Gobi. Oh, okay, I move to next slide. Introduction Apple in INC. Uh, Apple Inc. was founded in 1976 by Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and Ronald Wayne in California. Over the years, it has been revolutionized personal computing and consumer electronics. Apple primarily revenue comes from iPhone, which contribute 56% of total revenue in 2023, followed by Mac, iPad, Apple Watch, AirPods, and uh, uh, services like Apple Music, iCloud, and App Store. Currently, Apple operates in over 175 countries with major markets in the United States, China, Europe. As 24 of Apple holds markets capitalization of 2.8 trillion, making its large company in the world. The iPhone alone accounts 28% of global smartphone sales, demonstrating Apple's strong market position. This is next. I'm moving to next slide. Apple Global Research. Okay. Apple key revenue markets are North America 42%, Europe 24%, China is 90%, and emerging economies is 50%. The company operates 500 Apple stores in the worldwide with a strong e-commerce and distribution network. It is globally supply chain extensive with manufacturing hub in China, uh, in like Foxconn and Petron. In India is Tata and Wistron, and in international Vietnam and Taiwan. Currently, 95% of iPhone was are assembled in China, but Apple is shifting 25% of its iPhone production to India by 2025 to diversify risk and reduce depending of China. Concluding, Apple's logistics system relies multinational transport, optimizing cost efficiency and delivery and speed. Next slide will be doing my friend Jagdeep. I'm moving.
Hi, I am Jagdeep Singh. Me and my group members present about globalization and Apple's expansion. Apple expansion has been fueled by global supply chains, outsourcing, and international market penetration by outsourcing 95% of iPhone manufacturing. To China, Apple benefits from low production costs while maintaining high product quality. Apple also localizes its marketing strategies, forming partnerships with China Mobile and Reliance Jio to increase regional sales. Through economics of scale, Apple maximizes profitability in 2023. The company achieved a gross margin of 45% by producing devices in bulk and streamlining logistics. Apple entry into emerging markets like India and Vietnam ensures sustainable global growth, especially as demand in mature markets saturates. So moving to next slide, Apple's business model and internationalization strategy. So Apple dominates the premium smartphone segment, holding 57% of the US smartphone market in 2023. So its expansion strategy focuses on India, Vietnam, and the Middle East with an ambitious goal of shifting 25% of iPhone production to India by 2025. So Apple enjoys an exceptional brand loyalty rate of 94% thanks to its sleek design, innovation, and integrated ecosystem. So the company invests heavily in AI, 5G, augmented reality, AR, and Apple silicon chips, and ensuring continued technological leadership. So in 2023, Apple spent $27 billion on research and development, further strengthening its global dominance. So moving to next slide, impact of globalization on Apple's business growth. Apple's global presence has been instrumental in its 394 billion dollars revenue in 2023. So with 65% coming from international markets. So the company continues to expand into India, Vietnam, and the Middle East, securing new revenue streams. Apple's ecosystem integration enhances customer retention as 94% of iPhone users remain loyal to the brand. Revenue from Apple services such as iCloud, Apple Music, and the App Store reached $85 billion in 2023. So, ensuring a strong source of recurring income by fostering a seamless user experience across iPhone, Macs, iPads, and AirPods, Apple enhances customer satisfaction and brand engagement. Thank you. And moving next slide to my next group member.
Hello, I'm Abhijit Nyachudi Jain. I'm presenting about challenges faced by Apple in present and tense. Like, Apple has faced significant challenges. Supply chain disruptions caused by COVID-19 lockdowns in China led to iPhone production delays, resulting in $8 billion in lost in revenue in 2022. US-China trade tensions and tariffs on Chinese products forced Apple to ship 25% of its iPhone production to India by 2025. Apple faces regulatory challenges such as EU Digital Markets Act 2024, which mandates third-party app stores, potentially impacting Apple's $85 billion services revenue. And then the company has also been accused of monopolistic practices, facing multiple antitrust lawsuits in US and EU. And then additionally, labor controversies at Foxconn factories raised concerns over poor working conditions and low wages, leading to global criticism. And I'm moving to next slide. And my next slide is about geopolitical and economical risk. Apple's reliance on China's for manufacturing poses geopolitical risk. The Chinese government has restricted iPhone use among state employees, impacting sales. On the tariff and on Chinese imports have increased Apple's operational costs, prompting diversification into India and Vietnam. And then inflation and rising raw material costs, especially for silicon and lithium. It was used in batteries, have further increased production expenses, and then higher labor wages in China and India have also affected Apple's supply chain cost, requiring strategic cost-cutting measures. A strong US dollar has reduced overseas revenue, leading to a 2% decline in foreign earnings in 2023. And I'm moving to the next slide. My next slide is sustainability and ethical challenges. Apple generates 2 million metric tons of electronic waste annually, and it's prompting its goal of using 100% recycled material by 2030. And then the company also aims to be carbon neutral by 2030, reducing emissions across its supply chain. Ethical concerns in cobalt mining, a key component of iPhone batteries. And it's also have linked Apple to child labor in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC. Apple has responded by investing in responsible sourcing initiatives, labor rights violating at Foxconn and Pegatron factories continue to pose reputational risk. Apple is under pressure to improve wages and working conditions. And that's it. And the next slide will be taken by my friend Nirmal. Thank you.
Okay, taking over from my uh, group mate Abhijit Nyatu Jain. My slide is on risk mitigation strategies. Apple is diversifying its supply chain by shifting 25% of iPhone production to India and expanding in Vietnam and the country of Malaysia. The company has invested 1 billion in India for new production facilities to comply with EU regulation. Apple has adjusted its App Store policies, allowing third-party apps while maintaining security standards. To address antitrust lawsuits, Apple has reduced App Store commission fees to avoid legal penalties. Apple is also committed to corporate social responsibility, I mean CSR, by focusing on carbon neutrality, recycling programs, and ethical sourcing of new raw materials. And my next slide, number 11, competitive landscape and future strategies of Apple. Apple faces strong competition from Samsung, Google, and Huawei in smartphone, AI, and cloud services. Samsung leads in global smartphone shipments by the percentage of 20, but Apple dominates the premium segment. Apple services generated $85 billion in revenue in the year of 2023, further strengthening its financial position. Apple is investing in generative AI, augmented reality, AR, and health technology to secure future growth. And moving to next slide, slide number 12, conclusion and key takeaways. In this slide, Apple has successfully expanded into 175 plus countries, leveraging globalization, outsourcing, and branding, while it faces supply chain disruptions, trade wars, and regulatory challenges. Apple's risk mitigation strategies have helped in maintaining its dominance in the field. So going forward, Apple should expand R&D in AI and AR, strengthen emerging market presence, and enhance sustainability efforts to maintain its competitive edge in the market. Thank you for this time.